Good evening. It's October 24th, 2025, and it's a Friday. Here in Sherbrooke, it was raining, but it has stopped raining, which is really great. Um, at 7 degrees Celsius, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. It's chilly. It's still well above freezing for now. On Sunday, it's supposed to snow. Um, I'll- I hope to report on that when it happens, although it's not supposed to remain on the ground. The sun this morning rose at 7:15 a.m. and it set a mere 2 minutes ago at 5:47 p.m. That is 10 hours and 32 minutes of sunlight. The days are getting shorter. I'm trying to make this quick. Gotta go to work soon. So, I wanted to do a weather report yesterday because it was the 10th anniversary of the release of Divers by Joanna Newsom. And although I've talked about the song Anecdotes twice for some reason, I would also talk about Waltz of the 101st Lightborn. I hadn't talked about any of the other songs, and I felt like it could be a good opportunity. And I listened to the album again yesterday, but started doing the report, and it was just going on for way too long. It was difficult for me to find a concise way to sum up my thoughts about that album, because I love it. It's so good. And then I had to go to work. So I wasn't supposed to work today. I mean, I was supposed to, when the event got canceled. And then I didn't work at the theater for the play tonight because I was booked somewhere else. And I was thinking maybe I could tell my boss that I'm free because, if nobody else can do it, then he has to, come back and be there for the play. And he's got a family and kids and stuff. And anyway, he's been at the Performing Arts Center all day. Then I get a message from him this morning, and he's like, "Hey, so the person who's supposed to be working can't do it. Are you available?" And of course, I said yes. Because it's a good idea financially. Yeah, but I'm also not taking care of myself, and having a day off would have been good, but seeing how the day went, I don't know. I'll get to that. And then I got another message from my boss at another place. I feel like I'm just picking up scraps. A couple hours of work here, because tonight it's 3 hours and 45 minutes of work. It's not that much. It's not to fucking, leave the house and do that transition into another mindset and be around people and stuff. But yeah, then tomorrow the sound engineer at this other venue is injured, so he needs help just setting up the band and stuff since he hurt his back. And of course I said yes, on top of also doing janitorial work. So tomorrow I'm just gonna have this packed day. I'm gonna be, yeah. Oh fuck, that's right. And then tomorrow I'm not even working during the play. We're gonna be dismantling everything from the play. That's gonna suck, dude. Fuck, I forgot it was that. I said yes. But anyway, I would have said yes because I am so afraid that people are just not going to approve of me if I ever say no. Well, I did put my foot down. I have decided that I'm going to stop accepting work contracts that are outside of Sherbrooke that start before 9 a.m. because it is very difficult for me to get up that early. And I work often in Drummondville, and being in Drummondville, which is an hour drive away. I don't have a car, but being there at 8 a.m. is even 9 a.m. is tough, but being there before 9 a.m. is it's very difficult for me. And so there's this one. I don't want to get into it. It doesn't really matter, but I did say Okay, well, you know what? I'll get into it because that's the whole point of being here, and it does feel good to talk. So, I was supposed to do this work contract starting at 9 a.m. Drummondville in December, and then it was moved. So I get like a message from the booker, and she's like, "Hey, so we do like the next day instead," and it would start at 7 a.m. And I'm like, "No, no, I'm not gonna do that." I didn't say it like that, but I was just like, "No." And then she messaged, and then also because like I'm supposed to be playing a show in this like new project 2 days before. It doesn't really matter. Sorry, my head is sort of like I just been very depressed. I've been very depressed, and it's getting worse. And also the drinking, my decision to drink alcohol is getting worse, and I'm really sad, and I'm having a lot of difficulty just functioning. Like I managed to make myself some food earlier, but just this idea of like just cooking, it's been just like this very difficult thing. Anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna go the whole. What I will say is that I just put my foot down, and I'm like, because they switched it back. They switched it back to the original day, and I noticed that she didn't mention the time. So I'm like, as long as it is not before 9 a.m., I am available. And to her credit, she's like, all right, well, it was supposed to be at 8, but I made a request for it to be at 9, so yeah, it should be at 9. So I'm like, all right, okay, that's actually really nice. But yeah, so like this week, I had a friend who was like, hey, do you want to work on this contract that would have been like really nice to do, but it was in Quetzalcoatl at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, it's just not possible. Even when like things are doing okay, and I'm actually like getting as much sort of sleep as close to like a normal amount of sleep as possible, it's still very difficult. However, this week, for the past 2 days, my goal for the day has been, I'm sorry, this is like very like jumbled up. My goal for the day has been to like not snooze, because 2 days ago, I snoozed for like an hour and a half. And it felt really good, but like it was pleasurable, like physically, but I regretted having done it. And especially since I start working this week, at least I work usually in the evenings. So yesterday and today, I almost snoozed this afternoon when I woke up, but I did not. To quote Tommy Wiseau. Yeah, so, but also, because I'm really depressed, I'm having a lot of difficulty just, like, conceiving of, like, the future and, like, anything positive in the future. I know that this is the, depression talking, but it still feels real. And I just like think of like the days and the weeks and the months and the years going by, and I see nothing positive for the future. And especially, and this is something that like really was upsetting and stressful for the past since yesterday. So 2 days ago, I finished submitting the paperwork for an application to go back to school. To be an electrician. It's something that I've been sort of like floating around in my head and talking to another one of my friends about for a few years. And finally he signed up, and he's like, I signed up and you should sign up too. And I'm like, it is the time. And I have a lot of difficulty when like there's any sort of like bureaucratic process. And I give up really easily. And so I did the easy part of signing up, then I had to like find these fucking documents and submit these documents, and like I was like 2 days ago, I was like, I really don't want to do this, but like I'm gonna take the time that it takes now, and I'm gonna get this done. And And I did it, and I felt really proud of myself. And I'm like, you know, like, it's like, do I want to be an electrician? Not particularly. But is it something to do? Maybe. Like, it's a good job. It's something that I could be good at. It's something that I find interesting. And, like, it's just, like, something for the future. Because, like, right now, I'm scratching my psoriasis a lot. Because, like, right now, it's like, I cannot continue to do the work that I'm doing. I'm really starting to hate it. And I'm not the only person. Like, I've talked to a few other people. And, like, it just, yeah, it's not sustainable. And then I get an email yesterday saying that, like, I submit all the documents, like, online on their website, and everything they asked, and I just get this email. No more information, just saying, like, you need to come to our office with the original copies of your documents. And I know why, I think. It's because I went to school in the US, in California, and I did not graduate high school, but I got a GED. And one of the prerequisites for taking this course, like for being enrolled in this course, to be an electrician, is that you need a high school diploma or some sort of like equivalency, right? And I'm convinced that it's because these documents are not from Quebec. The problem is that I don't have these fucking documents, and my father might have them, but like I have scans that he did of them 13 years ago, right, when I was applying to go to college here, which I was admitted to college, well, CEGEP, which is sort of like community college or junior college. I was admitted with these fucking scans, and now 13 years later, it's like not sufficient. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit pissed off because it's like this was what was giving me some like fucking hope, you know. And of course, I'm like overthinking things as well. And I was like, I'm gonna call them today, and I spent like probably a half hour just like rehearsing the conversation because I get very anxious, especially talking on the phone to new people, and so like I just would like rehearse the conversation and what I'm gonna say. And then I called, and of course nobody answered, and they're like on the message, well, just go to the website. So I'm gonna send an email. Then I started sending an email, and then I was like, you know what? This is not going to get fixed at 4 p.m. on Friday. Nobody's going to answer the email, so I went and I made myself something to eat instead. I think I might be starting a cold. I don't handle being sick very well. Okay, so I need to leave like in 10 minutes. Today, I'm thinking about Julie Doiron, and I'm thinking about her song Sorry Part 1 from 1997's Loneliest in the Morning, which is a great album. And apparently her song August 10 sort of blew up probably on TikTok or something. I was watching the Instagram live with Black Belt Eagle Scout, who was talking to Julie Doiron. Julie Doiron, absolute legend from the, her own solo work, but also from the band Eric's Trip, one of my favorite bands. So I've met Julie Doiron a couple times. I think maybe I probably talked about it, but like the couple times you know what, I don't have time to get into this. I think she doesn't like me. She seems like a very, very, very nice person, but I think she finds me sort of annoying, because like the first time I was like fanboying out. I think it made her a little bit uncomfortable, and the second time I was really drunk, so it's probably just unpleasant, because I was very drunk. This song is great. Just check it out. I don't really have the wherewithal to go into it too much. I want to talk about Can't Take It No More, but I already talked about that song. It's an older song. It's a sort of sad song, like a lot of her songs have been. This is like a really beautiful, like I don't know if it's like a pedal steel or just a lap steel, but it's very pretty. It's a very simple song, but it's quite effective. It's very pretty and sad. Okay, so I need to get ready for work. I don't think it's gonna rain again. No, it's not supposed to rain again, but it's supposed to get colder. So it's gonna go down all the way. It's gonna stay cloudy, but the sun is down. to it's going to go all the way down to 4 degrees Celsius, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's not going to freeze. Yeah, I need to leave. Thank you for watching. Thanks to the people who left some comments. I haven't gotten around to it because I've been in a lot of psychological distress, but I'm going to try to upload more stuff because it feels good. Everyone, have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend.